Okay, House of Payne fans. Now, the more I thought I was done talking about season 10, just the more ideas that I've thought about since the finale. I've already feel like I've talked about the Janine stuff as much as I could, but every few days I'm getting some information people send my way. Hey, this cast member confirmed that they recorded or they filmed, X amount of episodes that haven't aired yet, so they should be back in season 11, which should be coming up in a few months. We don't have a date, but I'm guessing maybe like last year the show's going to come back sometime in mid to late May, with the current season ending in January, which happened with season 9 and now season 10, or something along the lines of, hey, here's something that I hope happens in the next season. But this video is me kind of just sitting back and kind of piggybacking off the video I did a few days ago about, is Janine's death a stunt to get ratings? Basically just something to keep people on the edge of their seat to see what happens when the show returns come season 11. And I was just thinking, ratings wise, why in the world would season 9 have ratings through the roof, just amazing ratings, whereas season 10 was just incredibly low? Even though writing wise, character wise, it wasn't perfect, but season 10 was a lot better than season 9. And I thought about it, and I just wanted to do this video to get your thoughts on it as well. Do you think the reason that season 9 did so well was due to the fact that it had the whole cast? Now, I know like Jasmine, Janine, CJ, a lot of the characters, they were in the season, but they weren't in every single episode. And when I say the entire cast, I'm really talking about the main cast. Don't get me wrong. I missed the barbershop crew, the firehouse crew, but I mean like the main Payne's family unit. The fact that you had all of those characters back could have been the reason ratings were very decent. And like I say in some of my videos, if I'm not incredibly lazy, I'm going to have like a screenshot of some of the numbers up there. Like maybe on the left hand side will be season 9 ratings, and the right hand side will be season 10, and the difference is just night and day. Just, I couldn't believe how low ratings were. Assisted Living is another story, but since I don't review that show anymore, I really don't need to talk about it. But I just hated the fact that season 10 did so pitifully in terms of ratings, due to the fact that the writing and quality was so much better. I mean, Tyler Perry wasn't doing everything. If nothing else, he only wrote the one episode 13, entitled Home Invaders. Everything else was done by other writers and directors, and it literally was an entirely different show. It felt like the characters were actually growing. I do feel like the show being aired out of order is a huge detriment to any kind of solid development, due to the fact that characters can flip-flop in terms of development at the drop of a hat. But I think that the Jasmine, Janine factor were main reasons why season 9 did as well as it did. I mean, I've said this in a couple of other videos that anytime Jasmine had an episode, the ratings for that season 9 episode would just boost up compared to the other episodes that were focused on the other characters. I mean, Calvin and Miranda, they were, in my opinion, the main reason people tuned into season 9 to see, okay, I got to see what's going on with these two. Did they get back together? What's up with the divorce? But they are just incredibly played out. I feel like I haven't complained about the House of Payne franchise as much in regards to Calvin and Miranda as I did when I talked about the Paynes, and I quit watching that show because it was so damn bad. So I just feel like overall, the fans showed up for the Payne's family. Sure, it got rough, really rough at times, but the fact that all the characters were there was a drawing factor in ratings. Season 10, on the other hand, between no Janine, no Jasmine, Curtis being gone for damn near half, if not more than half of the season, It just wasn't enough. And like I said before, I don't care. As long as you have a good story and you properly utilize the characters you have access to, I'm fine. Yes, there are some storylines that were incredibly important that I felt people like Curtis should have been around for, like when Ella had the breast cancer scare. But other than that, I thought the rest of the season was pretty good. I just feel like Calvin and Miranda, it's just that's just way too played out at this point. Malik, I'm actually glad to see he's working now. Well, he got a job. But other than that, I just feel like when it comes to fans who want House of Payne back, they want House of Payne back. They don't want, 5 out of 10 characters. They want all 10 characters. I'm just throwing out numbers. But I feel like when it comes down to it, the lack of the full cast of House of Payne is one of the reasons that season 10 didn't do so well ratings wise compared to season 9. That's just my opinion. I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that Tyler Perry wasn't writing and producing everything. That's just my opinion, because I feel like when he wasn't doing it in season 10, the quality was way better. But the quantity of the cast seems to be one of the main drawing factors, because I feel like if China Anne McClain came back for like one episode, I'm just throwing out a number here, season 11, episode 5, let's say the week of season 11, episode 4, that episode ends, and then we see a promo for next week. Next Tuesday, Jasmine is back in the house. People will lose their damn minds. I bet that episode would do 1 million in ratings easy, but I don't really think that's going to happen. And with the Janine thing, I feel like you're really rolling the dice due to the fact that if she is dead, or excuse me, if she's, thought to be dead, but then we jump right back to season 11 and, oh, she's alive, that would piss a lot of people off, and for good reason, due to the fact that you cannot say this character is alive and then she does not show up. It's kind of like the death of Superman in comic books, where, his death was this was when death in comics meant something. When he died and comic sales went through the roof, but then, next thing you know, a bunch of other heroes started to die off and it got really stale, really old, really quick. So, what do you think? Do you think that one of the reasons season 9 did better was just because the whole cast was there? Or do you think it was something else entirely? And it makes you wonder, when we get to season 11, are things going to be different? Will Curtis be around more? Will Janine actually be in the season? Or are things going to change? Will Lisa have her baby and then that's going to be part of the main cast? Or will the baby just disappear like the twins for... Oh yeah, that's right. I don't even think the twins were in this season at all. Was Christian in this season? I know he was heavily mentioned, but I can't remember if he was. I don't know. But thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate the support. Make sure you take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit subscribe. We are less than 1,200 people away from 200,000 subscribers, which is a majorly big deal. Hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description. And if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App.